Here with your brand new Apophis and Temple of the King's support and so much more for Maze of the Masters. Make sure you guys smash the little crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So we're going to be starting off here with Treasures of the King. So when this card is activated, you can set an Apophis trap card from your deck. This card's name becomes Temple of the Kings while face up in the field zone, which is actually really cool that they actually did make this a field spell. And then once per turn, if you have two or more set cards in your field or a trap card in your graveyard, you can add a monster that mentions Temple of the Kings from your deck to your hand. You can only activate one Treasure of the Kings per turn. So straight off the bat, this card's actually pretty gosh darn good. And then we have Apophis, the Serpent. Ooh. So special this card is a normal reptile, earth, level 4, 1600 and 1800. This card is still a trap card. Then you can set an Apophis trap card from your deck, except for Apophis, the Serpent. It can be activated this turn. Oh, okay, we're just bringing out the whole squad here. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one embodiment of the Apophis from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Apophis, the Serpent, once per turn. Well, that's actually pretty good. Now we have Dangers of the Divine, and this is a quick play, which is really, really cool. So you can pay half your life points and then tribute one monster to special summon the Winged Dragon or Ra from your hand or banishment, ignoring its summoning conditions. And you can make its attack and defense 4,000, but cannot attack. Also, during the end phase of the next turn, return it to the hand. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, choose one the Winged Dragon or Ra in the monster zone and send all other cards on the field to the graveyard. You can only use each effect of Dangers of the Divine once per turn. That's actually really cool that they gave us some support out here to actually power up our ever so needy Winged Dragon or Ra strategy. I actually really like this card. And then we have Defense of the Temple. This lets you fusion summon an Earth monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. If you use a monster you control that mentions Temple of the Kings, you can also use face-up monsters your opponent controls as material. That's awesome. And you can only use face-up monsters okay, so if you control Temple of the Kings, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Add one Dangers of the Divine from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effect of Defense of the Temple once per turn. So it's actually, they want you to use the bad Winged Dragon of Ra support that they printed here. But, I mean, it is kind of cool. Now, we've also got a new Divine Beast Surrogate. And this thing looks amazing, man. Too bad it's not exactly got the greatest stats in the world, but it's one Surrogate monster plus a monster with 2,500 or less attack. Okay. So if this card is special summoned, or at the start of damage type, if this card battles an opponent's monster, target one face of monster opponent controls or in their graveyard and banishment. And if you do, this card gains attack equal to that banished monster's original attack. That does not say till the end of the turn. Oh, okay. You can only use this effect. Oh, no, never mind. You can only use it once per turn. Got a little bit too far ahead of myself. And can make a second attack during each battle phase while a level 10 or higher is banished. I like this, though, because that attack gain is permanent. You are only going to get the... to do that once per turn. But I mean, I don't typically foresee that needing to go beyond, the very early stages. And then we have the Verdict of Anubis. Oh, this card art is so good. It's good to see Swordsman of Landstar in the squad back. So when your opponent activates a spell or trap card while you control 3 or more other spells and traps, negate that activation if you do destroy that card. Then if you control Temple of the Kings, you can destroy as many monsters your opponent controls as possible, and then inflict damage to your opponent equal to half of the total original attack of those destroyed monsters. You can only activate one Verdict of Anubis per turn. That's actually pretty freaking good, actually. That's a free blowout across your opponent here. You destroy as many as possible. Like, sure, that should be no problem. You get a free board wipe on a counter trap card. Like, that's definitely an improvement from what we had. And then the Man with the Mark. Oh, Odion himself. So this is going to be a spellcaster. With 1,000 attack, 1,000 defense. Okay, so if this card is normal or special, we can take a Temple of the Kings or a spell and trap card that mentions it from the deck and either add it to the hand or send it to the graveyard. You can only use the effect of Man with the Mark once per turn. And then while you control Temple of the Kings This card and Anubis monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and Temple of the Kings that you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. So, I mean, it's a standard on summon, search the field spell, which, I mean, is exactly what I'd want to be seeing anyway. So that's not too bad. Now we got even more back here. We have Divine Serpent Apophis. So this is going to be 2 monsters that mention Temple of the Kings. Must be either fusion summoned or special summoned by attributing 2 Apophis monsters. Actually, really cool that they give you that backdoor summoning condition. Once per turn, you can target up to 3 Apophis traps with different card names in your graveyard and set them. And then once per turn, if a trap card is activated, except during the ship, target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it. So basically, you know, we have all the Apophis cards you could ever want in the world out here. Getting this thing onto the field by attributing 2 traps and then, you know, resetting them is not going to be an issue whatsoever. And then we have the Merciless Scorpion of Surrogate. So this thing is fat on a level 6, 2500. So this thing can't be normal summon set. Must be special summon from the hand by banishing a level 10 or higher monster from the hand or deck. Very important there. While you control Temple of the Kings, you can only special summon Merciless of the Scorpion of Surrogate once per turn this way. Once per turn during the main phase, you add a Temple of the Kings or a spell or trap card that mentions them from your deck to your hand. At the start of the ambush step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can destroy that opponent's monster, and this card gains deck equal to that destroyed monster's original attack. Now, what is this level 10 that is getting banished? So this is Anubis, the Last Judge. So this thing cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be first special summoned from your hand or graveyard while you have 3 or more cards in your graveyard with different names that are Temple of the Kings and or spell and trap cards by placing 2 of them on the bottom of the deck. You can send this card from the hand to the graveyard to add the Man with the Mark from your deck to your hand. If a spell or trap card you control is destroyed by card effects, target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it. Now, I mean, this is on a 3K, which is not crazy, but I do like the fact that, you know, the Surrogate is summoned super easy by banishing a level 10 or higher, which is actually really cool. Now, we're going to shift on into some other things here. Basically, the entire Sword Soul deck has been reprinted in this set, which is not bad, by the way. Like, honestly, you're looking at some pretty good details with this. You also do see that Soul Fist, which personally I don't think is one of the better cards in this set. Oh, it's a super rare, kind of a waste of a slot. You do see the Z and the Y in here. Also, evidently, by the time I was done putting this together, the Ultra has been confirmed for X. Yay. I mean, there had to be one high rarity card. Also, Qingxing Longdrax down here also did get the reprint in this set, which we knew that the Crystron cards were going to get, you know, destroyed into oblivion out here. I don't think a single person was really anticipating that there wasn't going to be, you know, any other possible effects for this, but that definitely was one of the bigger things that was going to be happening. So, hey, good news, everybody. Between this and the OTS pack, Crystrons just lost all of their value that they had, which is not bad. Next up here, we have Trickstar Aqua Angel confirmed as an ultra rare. I mean, hey, you know what? Depending on which build you're looking to build, it's not going to be too disappointing to have to pick that card up, considering, you know, what level of support it actually is. Schwarzschild is a secret rare in this, which, Schwarzschild Infinity Draft, man, sorry guys. You know, going to be real bad out here. Rediari is also reprinted as a super rare, along with War Chariot and Sam Knight. So you can actually build Gladiator Beast now as a more budget-friendly option, which I personally think is going to be cool. We also got the Rank Up Magical Force in here as well, which this is going to be the interaction point for your new cards. And the Nebula Dragon also finding itself in here with a reprint. But still, to this point, I've not seen a Primal Dragon as of filming this. So, you know, it definitely exists. And then our last picture here, the Gear statue being confirmed as an ultra rare. Perulia did get confirmed as a collector's rare and as an ultra rare in this set. So yeah, they reprinted the Mulcharmies with the quickness in here, which is actually really good. And then we got the A to Z energy load in here, which is actually really, really good. All right, and then we got the Performade Shadowmaker, which is also looking pretty good. And then the Gimmick Puppet Fiendish Knight, which I think was one of the cards we've been anticipating the most in here. And then, of course, Golden Allure Queen and some of the leftover little goodies from this. But not too bad, honestly, for a set. So the Odion support looking kind of fun, but what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.